Hi, this is Peter Dylett's Clairvoyant here, and I've just come on to talk about a kind of situation that I notice time and time again in my shows. And I'm trying to get this message through, which sort of benefits you a great deal and certainly benefits me. So, a lot of the time, and it's not just in shows, it can be in readings as well, in private readings, but we just think, that's it, I'm coming here, I'm going to see what I get, but I'm not giving nothing away. You know, it's almost like you kind of put a blocked energy there. I'm not saying it's like you don't want the medium to be true or real, but it's just like, I'm not giving anything away, because if I do, it's going to feed off that, and then that's it. And that's just the wrong way to go about it. Now, I always say, I can't say what other mediums do and work, okay, because we all work differently. But I always say very honestly, I do not feed off what you say. But sometimes I always say with my readings, well, especially the spiritual shows, I always say, and this is how I say it very truthfully and honestly, psychic, I tend to know what's what and where things are kind of going. Spiritually, I haven't got a clue. So it to me, it's like pieces of a jigsaw that come through. And I do my very, very best put those jigsaw pieces in a way that I understand them and I give it you. But do bear in mind, I can put all the pieces there and I can say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they're all kind of correct. But even I can get them a little bit jumbled up sometimes, because I'm just presuming it's this way. So it's the information that's coming through is not wrong. It's there, but I need your help to make sense of it. So two things last night. I was doing a show last night in Doveridge. And the last one, and I was very honest, at first, for some reason, I didn't want to go to a certain place. So I just said, right, I'm going to throw this message out to everyone. I said, because I'm not sure where I am. I may feel like I'm drawn somewhere in a bit, but let's just see where to go. So I talked about this young person coming through. I'm not going to say too much because personal. And I just said, you know, suffering with some issues. I'll just keep it like that. And yeah, so, and then nobody could connect with it. And then all of a sudden, I feel like I feel like I'm drawn on this table, and still nobody said anything. So I said, right, okay, well, remember what I've said, have a little think about it, put it to back of your thoughts, see if you can make sense of it later, you know. But I felt from my end that it was coming from spirit. So because it was coming from spirit, I just presumed that this is where sometimes I can be a little bit off. I thought the person was talking about was in spirit. And then at the end, when I finished, the lady come up to me, she says, could this person be on, you know, still alive? Because she said, this is the person that I know. I'm trying to sort of say it in a way where it's sort of, I'm keeping it a bit private. For some reason, I want to keep this bit private. And I said, yeah. I says, that's connected with you. And I said, but this is why I always say, open up with me, because now I understand what's coming through. Now you've opened up with me a little bit. I said, because sometimes spirit comes through and because it's coming from a spiritual entity, I just naturally presume that this person's in spirit. But now I understand what's coming through, and basically it's somebody in spirit who was talking about this person. So in other words, they're trying to resolve it with you. So while I was in that energy, if you'd have perhaps opened up with me a little bit more, we could have got more from it. But I did sort of tell her a few things. But it just goes to show, it's like we just, no, not giving nothing away, not saying nothing, or might be not like I'm not giving anything away, but I'm just sitting there quiet. And you're missing out on so much information. So even if you're not sure, say something. It's so important that you say something. Another example was this one I got on my whiteboard where I've started using. And I wrote mother down, and then I wrote baby, and I underscored it. And then as I started to connect with the person, because I picked the person out, no, I didn't pick the person out. I think I throwed it out, and nobody could take it. Then all of a sudden she did open up because I could see she wanted to say something, but she daren't. It's like she didn't want me to feed off her. And it's not about me feeding off you. It's about finding where the message goes and let's understand what's coming through. Because again, I always say, I have no idea what Spirit's talking about. I need your help a little bit to make sense of it. So I just presumed on my level that the mother gave birth to the child and I got the loss of the mother. So I was just presuming it was this, that the child came from the mother and then the mother didn't make it through birth. That's what I felt. And then all of a sudden this lady told me that when she gave birth, her mother passed. But again, it's a loss of a mother and a birth. And I kept on sitting thinking, and I was iffing and awing a little bit. And I said, look, I don't want to make this fit. I really don't. But I feel like I am with you because although it's not quite the way I said it, but it completely makes sense and nobody else is taking this. So I feel as though it's with you. It's just, again, a message comes through and I can misinterpret it a little bit because I'm not God. I don't know everything. I just get pieces of the jigsaw. And I need your help to make sense of it. So when you go to these shows or go see a medium, sometimes a medium can say bang, 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 and it all makes sense. And I get things like that where it's like, oh my God, yeah, it's wow. And then sometimes it's like, it's about putting things together. And this is where we need your help to sort of make that sense of it all. So it's so important to not just like hold it back because you don't want to give anything away. It's like you can be missing out on so much because you're just not opening up just a little bit. It's not about telling your life story. It's about acknowledging what you're thinking. Do you think it's this? And I will be very honest with you because many times somebody's put their hand up and they said, I've got this and I've got that. And I've even said, no, I'm not with you. That's not it. And I'll always be open and honest with you. But there are times where it's yes, bang on. Yeah, that's you. But if you hadn't have said nothing, we wouldn't have put it together and made sense of it. So it's very important to just show what you're thinking, show your thoughts, your inspiration on it, and let's work it out together. And let's, figure out where the message is going. And if you can do that, then it just works and it flows. It almost makes your medium feel more confident about what they're saying as well, because they all of a sudden now it's being acknowledged, where if it's just a no, then it puts that energy on your medium and it sets the tone for the time moving forward. So it's so important, not just for you, but for the poor person who's trying to work it out there, because it's not easy for us. And, we do our best and we want to be right and we want to get it right. And we want to be coming through true, not as, a fake or that we're wrong. So when we put no or don't say nothing, it just sets that tone. And it's like the poor medium now is just thinking, and it just sets that energy. And, it's not nice for them. So I'm not just saying this for me, I'm saying this for all mediums. It is not easy doing this kind of work. And we love it and enjoy it. And when it makes sense, it's great and it makes us feel good. Not like in a big-headed way, just good that, we've got it right. And, we are being genuine about what we're doing. And we all work in different ways. And we've all got different skill sets and we all communicate in different ways. So we have to work with that medium and understand what that medium's saying, because you can't work with that medium in one way and not in another way, because we're all different and even people are different. So it's interesting and it's fun and it's exciting, but it's more fun and more exciting when the medium and the person in the audience or in the private setting is communicating in a nice, calm, comfortable way. And then as we do that, everything just flows. But if we just, no, not say nothing, it does not flow. And if you're not going to participate in that kind of way, it's like, I don't mean this negatively, but why are you here? you want something out of it. So let it flow with the medium. And the more you flow and the more you open with that medium, the energy just gets better and stronger. But if it's like, no, not giving anything away, not participating, it's going to be, or I'm just going to sit there and listen. The energy doesn't flow. It's like it's not connecting. And that poor medium then has given it, and you could be taking it all in, but you're not showing it to him or her. And it's like it just makes that energy sort of flat, and then it can be flatter for the next communication. But if you can just acknowledge it in the right way, then it just lifts everything up. So you've come to a spiritualist church, or you've paid to be there. Participate. A genuine medium will say, no, thank you for, participating in that communication with me, but I feel like I'm not with you, but thank you very much. And I will always say that. I will always be honest with what comes through. Like I say, sometimes we have to work things out. Sometimes we don't. There was one lady, I got straight away a picture out and I said, I've got you being headhunted, and you didn't think it would happen to you, but it's there. Somebody's really thinking of you. Somebody's talking about you. But you're not seeing it, what they are seeing in you. It's like you are being acknowledged. And I kind of thought it was to come, but she says, that's just happened. But I got it. And I felt so great that I got that message, and it was so bang on. And I felt good for her as well. So participate in the communication. And then it's like, it's just amazing when it flows. Thank you. Bye-bye.